my name is Louise and welcome to Adventures with Yarn. This is my mainly knitting and crochet podcast here on YouTube, in which I talk about mainly knitting and crochet, but also sometimes stitching. If you are a new viewer, welcome, and if you are a subscriber, welcome back. I'm so glad that you've taken the time to come and check me out. If you like what you see, as always, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe, and that way you can be kept up to date with every episode that I put out. I usually put episodes out each Monday, but here we are, and I thought I would give it a shot putting one out on the weekend. So see, let me know down below. Comment down below, let me know how you like it. If you don't, if you're like, no, Louise, you need to just, stay in your lane. You go on Mondays. You stay on Mondays. You're too early. Go back. Let me know. Let me know. Or if you prefer the weekend release, like I said, let me know. Well, I hope you guys are all doing well. I am feeling much better than I was last week, and I think even the week before. Had some issues, but I'm doing better. I have lots of knits to show you. Unfortunately, no finished objects this week, but was working along on my whips. Not my whips. They're not like deep whips, they're just current works in progress. But I still have those to show you, and I just couldn't help myself casting on, so I have a new cast on. I'll show you that, and at the very end we will go over the mac and cheese sock knit along. We have a winner for this week, and I will show you the prizes that they will win. I will show you the prizes that everyone else can win, and we're going to talk about how you can win a prize next week. Okay, so where shall we start? Let's start with the night shift shawl. So I'm keeping my night shift shawl in my big old tote here, my on-the-go tote. Weekend plans, crochet with a chance of movie marathons. Yes, yes. I get a lot of comments when I wear this around. After I had my surgery, I was on a lifting restriction, and I was kind of concerned about my purse being more than 10 pounds, which is kind of an issue in itself, I guess. So I was like, I'm just gonna bring my knitting around and put what I need in my tote and make it work. And it worked, and it worked well. It worked very well. So, night shift shawl. I showed you guys this last week where I had started it, and I have worked a bit on it. So we have, this is my progress so far. So Night Shift Shawl by Andrea Mallory, and like I was telling you guys last week, I have kind of a theme to this. Basically, my theme is coffee time with a hipster. And because this is going to be given to a hipster in my life, and one who likes coffee and coffee shops, and I didn't want the colors to be so out there like my other night shift shawl, which was so much fun though. I think the next night shift shawl, because this is not the end, for sure, this is not the end. I love this pattern way too much. It's an amazing stash buster. But, and especially combining the different colors and bright colors, it's so much fun. So, but this one, I don't think that this individual is going to want too much, but they do like tealy turquoise, so I'm going to be having different shades of coffee, browns, and teal. And I decided to give it a go with a kind of a pattern, like the background color for the first section will be the accented spots on the next section, and that background will be the accented spots, and so on and so forth. We'll see how it goes. I think I could do a couple more sections to see if it's really still blending along and going well. You can see the progress keeper here. Now this is adorable. Look at this little taco from Charmed and Dangerous. Isn't that cute? And you can choose, like, if you want sour cream or guacamole up on the top, and you can see that I chose guacamole. But yes, super cute little progress keeper there. Charmed and Dangerous donated some charms that are going to be given away in the knit-along. I'll show you those later. So anyways, I did some decent progress. I definitely memorized this pattern. It's pretty easy to get in the hang of. Pattern repeats, you know, these rows here, these rows here, switching on to the next color, and it is a asymmetrical triangle so that you have a increase on the right side, every row on the right side. So it's really, really nice. I really had to drag myself away from this project because I feel like I could just sit there and work on it. It's they say, you know, when they say like a pattern is like potato chips, like you do the one row, you want to keep going, you can't stop. Once you pop, you can't stop. You want to keep going. That's how this felt, how it does feel. So much fun, so much fun. So that is the night shift shawl. Cannot wait to get more colors done on that, to put some more work in on that. But I'm gonna save my mac and cheese socks for later. Since I had the finished object last week, which was the Sweet Dahlia shawl, I decided to cast on another project. And what I decided to do was I wanted to make a baby sweater. I've made a few baby sweaters before, and they're really fun to make. If you have not made one, I highly encourage you to make one, find one, pick out a nice pattern. It's so nice to be knitting a sweater that is in this like miniature size, and let me tell you what, the people love them. People love them. It looks like, you know, it looks like a really complicated thing. And maybe it sounds complicated, but it's really not. You can really find some really easy patterns, and the ratio of the cuteness to the quickness is good. It's, you know, you can make them fairly quick, especially if you find a pattern that calls for a worsted weight. It can go really quick, and like I said, you're pretty small. Usually you just need to know how to, for the most part I would say, probably need to know how to use double pointed needles, but even some of them you don't. But I have a friend who's having a baby, and I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna whip up a cute little baby sweater. I've had some yarn in my stash for a while, and I just thought of it, I'm like, that's what I want to do. So this is what I have. Let's see here. This is what I have so far. So this is the Flax sweater by Tin Can Knits. Oops, I have it. And this is what I have so far. So basically, I'm just about to divide for the sleeves, is the term. So this is the neckline of this little baby sweater, and the sleeves have this garter pattern that will kind of go down the elbows, down the shoulders, down the arms of the sleeves. And basically this is, they call a seamless sweater, so it's made in one piece, so made in the round, just made, cast onto these circular needles, and did the ribbing for the neckline, and then the pattern. And this is a free pattern on Ravelry. So I had always heard of Tin Can Knits. Didn't really take the time to really investigate too much. I always assumed that they, you know, had a publication that you had to pay for or something. I don't know. But apparently they have like a series of patterns that are free and fairly simple and can help you basically become a knitter. Knitting different sweaters, and I think even socks, and the sweater, what's really cool too is this sweater pattern comes in like all sizes. So I'm making the very smallest, which is 0 to 6 months old, and then it goes up into adult sizes. Looks like a great, fantastic pattern. And what I really love is when I make my baby sweaters, I love this cotton from Hobby Lobby. I really love this cotton, you guys. For baby sweaters, this is the best. It is soft. It's soft, it's washable. I mean, it's cotton. It's still cotton, and but it's not like the kind of cotton that you would use to make dishcloths with. And it has like this really nice drape. Can't really tell so much so far, but it is a joy to work with. It really, really is. It comes in all kinds of really, really nice colors too. So I am super excited. This is also really fun. All the projects I'm working on right now, each one is just like really fun. I'm having to like drag myself away from each one to go work on the next project so I can have this stuff going on. But yeah, I had purchased this yarn, I think, as part of my Hobby Lobby Christmas haul, because usually every year I get a gift card for Hobby Lobby. And it used to be that I only had access to Hobby Lobby around Christmas because that's when I would go see my in-laws in Arkansas. But there is now a Hobby Lobby here in Oregon, a few. So I can go there now. But let me tell you, yeah, I think that this kind of cotton is something that, this yarn is something that I'm just going to be like, I'll be continuing to get from Hobby Lobby. I never stopped to think about making like an adult size sweater like for myself out of this yarn, but it was kind of inspiring when I saw that this pattern, like I said, the pattern goes, you know, from infant size to adult sizes. And one of our lovely, I think it was this yarn mom that was telling me on Ravelry how about the sweater 4-day sweater challenge. And I was thinking, you know, I don't know if that really falls in my budget. I already made a sweater this year. I'm trying to work on my stash. I was on this yarn diet thing, right? So I was like, I don't know if making a sweater is in my budget again. I mean, I would love to, but she kind of brought up a good point that she's like, well, she called it the Woolies diet, using Woolies yarn to make sweaters with. And you know, what if I got enough of this yarn? I mean, I think it was like $5 for a skein this size, and they have all kinds of colors. They seem to have enough. Maybe I'll give it a go. Maybe I'll make an adult size sweater or cardigan. Ooh, got the wheels turning. I got the wheels turning. Maybe so. Maybe so. By the way, this color is called Dove. I really like, it's just kind of this nice light kind of elephant gray. I have a light color and a dark color gray, but I don't know, something about who this is meant for. I kind of like the idea of just a light gray sweater. By the way, I have this really cute stitch marker from the Clever Clove. If you can see that, it is a cat knitting a hat. Very cute, very cute. All right, on to the next project. The next project, I had been waiting to cast on. I was, as you may know, I have been participating in the Curious Handmade It's run by Helen of Curious Handmade. It is the Handmade Sock Society Season 2. Loads of fun. If you haven't checked it out, I really highly encourage you to. It's not too late. It's just a little bit more than 20 American dollars. You get a total of 6 sock patterns. And the fun part is when you sign up in the beginning, you don't know what the patterns are going to be like. And they are released every other month. And I had finished my last socks, the Samphire socks, fairly quickly because I wanted to get ready to cast on my mac and cheese socks, of course. So then I was just like, oh, now I just have to wait. Now I have this time. I have to wait for the pattern to come out. And I was like, well, I was like, calm down. I was like, I can take the time to wind up my yarn because I don't have a ball winder. This should change one day, maybe. But I wind up my yarn by hand, and I was like, while I'm waiting, I should just be proactive, and I will hand wind my yarn because I had the yarn picked out. And then I was like double checking the dates, and I was like, oh man, it doesn't come out until like the 14th. That's gonna take forever. And all of a sudden, Thursday evening, which was the 13th, I got a notification on my phone on Ravelry saying that I had this update, and I was just like, what? I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's the time difference. In England, it's probably already midnight, June 14th, and here I am Thursday evening, and like almost like late afternoon evening. I was like, whoa. And now I get to, it was like Christmas come early. It was really exciting, but I did find myself in that predicament where I had meant to have wound up my yarn, and then all of a sudden the pattern gets released, and there I am so excited. I'm like, oh, I have to wind up this yarn. So I did. I wound it up. Well, let me show you. I already have had some time to work on it. So these are the Cliff Walk socks. And I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. So this is how much progress I have so far. I have done the twisted rib cuff. And then there's this pattern, kind of lacy pattern. Like I said though, I think I don't know if it's the yarn itself that's making it hard to see the pattern, or if it just if I haven't made enough of it yet. But it's kind of this leafy pattern. You kind of see the leaf spreading out as it goes up there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. But so this is the color Jade. This is a Madeline Tosh yarn. And if you are curious about the usage of Madeline Tosh yarn and the moral issues thereof, I invite you to check out Amy Florence's podcast this week. There are some issues that some people can take up with it. I just encourage everyone to enjoy the freedom that you have to spend your money however you want and give it to whomever you want. Anyways, we'll just save that for another conversation. But so I have Madeline Tosh in Euro Sock, and the color's Jade. Making my Cliff Walk socks, I have another Progress Keeper by Charmed and Dangerous. This one is this little pineapple with a little bow. I especially chose the pineapple because in some realms of Society. Pineapple is considered a symbol of fertility, and I am on this fertility journey. I hope to one day be fertile. I hope to have a baby. It's been a couple years process, but who knows? Might happen one day. But super, super cute. Like I said, I will be very interested to see how if the pattern shows up more the more that I do this. Now, so far I can see that her pattern has a pattern to it. I very much enjoyed the Sapphire socks, how I kind of caught on to the rhythm of the pattern and kind of could track along with it instead of having to like look down for every single thing. There are sections of repeats. I don't know if I'll get to that point of knowing it like I came to know the pattern of the Sapphire socks, but we'll give it a try, hopefully so. We're only so far in. I think we're like 15% of the way through one sock, I think. That's a very interesting thing about Helen's patterns is that she goes through row by row by row, and then eventually she has percentages next to every row every so often. So like 10%, 15%, 20%. So you know, like, oh hey, look, I've reached 50%. I'm halfway through a sock. But so that's cool. I think I'll be very interested to see how these turn out. I think they'll be pretty no matter what. Even if you don't see the pattern super well, we'll see. But how pretty is this color? It's this deep, deep green. And I definitely still have the sock mojo, the love of making the socks. Just want to make all the socks. Anyways, okay. So that brings us to the mac and cheese socks. All right. So, of course, my mac and cheese socks are living in my Poodle Knitz gnome bag. Some blonde gnomes and flamingos. Super, super cute. These socks, you guys, sometimes I just look at these and I just can't even believe what is happening. So, my progress so far, and these are the Hermione's Everyday sock pattern, and we have this made in Madeline Tosh yarn also. The colors mac and cheese and Nassau blue here for the cuff and the heel, and we have done the gusset and are now working our way down the foot of the sock. Yeah, I look at these and I'm just like, wow, that is one cheesy sock. And then throw my Progress Keeper by Pitter Patter Polymer in there for good measure. And I mean, come on. Oh, wow. Yeah, look at how cheesy. Just so cheesy, just all orange and cheesy. So that's what I've got done so far. I really like having two different socks. I'm just really on the sock kick. And this is just so much fun. They're so bright and they're so fun. The texture is nice, the pattern is fun, easy, an easily memorizable repeated pattern to get this texture here. The only thing I would have done different was make sure that the Nassau blue that I got was Euro sock and not work sock. I guess some people will use a work sock yarn for heels so that they're more durable, but for me, on the same size of needles as I'm using the Euro sock yarn, it's just kind of tedious. It's just kind of tedious and uncalled for. You know, just having that thicker yarn on the smaller needles is like, oh. But so much fun making these. And it's been a lot of fun seeing your guys' socks too. If you have not joined our mac and cheese sock knit along, what are you waiting for? Come on in, come on, join it. I mean, the only thing you've got to lose is that you haven't been around to potentially win the prizes that have already been given out. But I don't believe that, you know, I gave a start date. I didn't really give like a deadline, like you cannot enter after this time. So, I mean, come on in. So, mac and cheese sock knit along. We're going to talk about that for the remainder of the podcast. So, if you're unfamiliar, the mac and cheese sock knit along is a knit along that I am hosting in celebration of those cheesy mac and cheese socks. It's also a celebration of sock knitting in general and really encouraging others that have not knit socks to go ahead and try it, give it a go, and just make some socks. We have on Ravelry, on the Adventures with Yarn Ravelry page, there is an entry thread, there is a cheesy chatter thread, there is the finished objects thread, and there is a second sock syndrome thread where you can talk about second sock syndrome, which is when you just have a really hard time doing that second sock after you did your first sock. Because you need to have 2 socks to make a pair of socks. Although, technically, your socks don't have to match, but it's nice, I think, if they do. But I definitely have come across that in the past, where it's just like, oh my gosh, I need to make something else. I'm done with this, I need to do something else. And then it languishes, or gets forgotten, or whatever. So anyway, second sock syndrome is real. So, yes, this mac and cheese sock knit along has been really fun. I've gotten to mail out a couple prizes already. Anna won a prize last week, and unfortunately one of her prizes melted. And so Anna, if you're listening, I'm gonna send you another soap, okay? Because no one deserves to get melted soap in the mail, okay? Anyways, alright, so mac and cheese sock knit along, join us, have fun. We have some wonderful prizes. So last week we talked about the prizes of what they would be. Let's see, so this week the prize for this last week, and then now, yeah, I was going to choose a random person on Instagram that had used the hashtag for this knit along, which is Mac and Cheese Louise S. Cal for sock knit along. And the winner is Rebecca Sisson. I really hope I'm saying that right. I don't know if I am, but Rebecca Sisson, you win this week for using that hashtag. She has some super cute summer slouchy socks to go in her boots. I think she had like her motorcycle boots. So those were super cute, and I think she might even be done with them. I think she's finished with them. Super cute. You are the winner, and this is what you're gonna win. You are going to get the I Heart Mac and Cheese pin. If I can get that glare to stop. I Heart Mac and Cheese. You're going to get soap, and this is glycerin soap, unscented. That looks like a pile of mac and cheese. And you get to win the adorably cute necklace from a Litte Awesome of a little bowl of mac and cheese. So congratulations! You win! Yay! Let's see here. So, next week's winner is going to be someone randomly chosen from our Second Sock Syndrome chat thread on Ravelry. There's already some people that have posted in there. Congrats. You can post in there again. Keep on posting in there, because next week's episode I'm going to be randomly choosing someone in that thread. And the reason that we are doing the Second Sock Syndrome now, this week, is because this is the middle of the knit along. This knit along will be ending on July 21st. 4th, I think, which is America's National Macaroni and Cheese Day. Who knew, huh? And so, if you like to pace yourself, I mean, not that you have to pace yourself, you could very well just knit it whatever pace you like, but, this is the halfway point. This is the halfway point. So, like with all prizes, every winner is going to be getting the I Heart Mac and Cheese pin, and they are also going to be getting the mac and cheese soap. Next week's winner is also going to get a squish, a mac and cheese stress ball, if you will, and and this. Now, I'm sorry for the crease marks, and I know that I have not shown this earlier. Look at this. Because I had a situation. Now this is the pillowcase. This is a pillowcase that looks like mac and cheese. I mean, is this not ridiculous? I had gotten this other pillowcase, and it had like some cartoon characters of like a piece of cheese and a macaroni, and they had like heart bubbles. But like, I bought it from Amazon, and it was kind of grungy, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna give that away. But this is not grungy. It's just not ironed either. Not that there's a right upside and bottom side of this thing, but so that is going to be part of the prize. So the winner of next week, they are going to get this pillowcase, the squish, the pin, and the soap. So come on and chat up that Second Sock Syndrome thread. You can share with us your experience with Second Sock Syndrome. You can give encouragement to others, you know, just really push each other on through that Second Sock Syndrome. Come on in, because so next week I will be drawing a random winner from that thread. Some of the other prizes that will also be up for grabs later, because we have enough prizes to give away a prize every single week of the Knitalong. We have these little earrings, which are so adorable, stinking cute. Kind of wish I could keep them. I would rock these. I would rock these, you guys. I think I need to go buy some myself. Little mac and cheese box earrings. These are stud earrings. These are from a Litte Awesome. Her Instagram is My Little Lunchbox. So you can find her there. Let's see here. We will be giving away some more mac and cheese earrings. These are from Cupcake with Love. Super, super cute. These next ones are from Purposeful Confection, and they are in this black bowl. It looks kind of like stoneware to me. Nice big old earrings there. Purposeful Confection. And we will be giving, I have a few more recipe books that we'll be giving away. The Mac and Cheese Cookbook, written by Allison Aravello and Aaron Wade of the Homeroom Restaurant in Oakland, California, I do believe. America's Best Macaroni and Cheese Restaurant. I don't know, I've never been there, but you know what? You can make these recipes and act like you did go there. A lot of really fun recipes in this book. We have a bag to be given away. Now this bag is going to be given away to a special winner on the last day of the Knitalong. This is going to be for another person using the hashtag. They will win this, they will win a cookbook, and as well as the squish and the pin and the soap. Pin and soap. And this bag is by Poodle Knitz. She handmade this. It's very, very cute. And she does have a fleece oh, I'm always messing up the words. It's like a interface or I don't know. It's to give the bag some extra padding. I think that there's like fleece in between the fabric so that you have a little extra protection. But I really have been enjoying my project bag by Poodle Knitz. It's cute, it's sturdy, it's perfect, it's wonderful, it works great. So there's that one. And then there's this other one that she made specifically for our Knitalong. That is this here. Now this will be giving away to someone out of the finished objects thread, chosen on the very last week of the cow, and they will get these super cute little pins from Charmed and Dangerous. I don't want to take these out of their little cellophane wrapping because I want to just, you know, let the new owner of these open up themselves, so hence the glare there. But you can see that one is a little macaroni and the other is a little piece of cheese, and they're so stinking cute, just like everything else that she makes. I mean, all of the people that have donated, these are all makers from Etsy. So they do their own business, they make their own stuff, handmade. They're just all very incredibly talented people, and I really highly encourage you guys to check out the description down below, in which I have a link for each of these 5 individuals' Etsy shops. So the winner of this prize, they will get this bag with this charm. They will get the cookbook. They will get a squish, the soap, and a pin. So it is quite the package. It is quite the package. That is what they'll win. In the meantime, we have the earrings to give away. We have soap and pins, and next week we will draw from the Second Sock Syndrome thread, and that person will also get this ridiculously cheesy pillowcase that will be yours to decide what to do with if you win it. So, alright you guys, this has been so much fun. I hope you're having as much fun as I am with all of this. Comment down below. I love hearing from you guys. You can also reach out to me on Instagram if you feel so inclined, at Adventures with Yarn. We've got the Ravelry page going. You can always search in the groups in the Ravelry page. On the group tab, and if you just search Adventures with Yarn, you should find me. Also, I think if you search, sometimes there's like a filter and you can just do Knitalongs, and I think I'm like down on the first page of the Knitalongs page. But, and you know what, I also have an email, adventureswithyarn@gmail.com, so in these ways you can get a hold of me. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching. Take care. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're as happy as I am making and crafting the projects that you are. Alright guys, I'll see you next time. Bye!